Aha, okay, hello everyone. Today we are going to be doing some exercise, so it's very, very important that we do a little bit of a warm-up first. So 3, 2, 1, and bend, and stretch. That's right, warm those muscles up. Don't want to pull anything, not again, not again. Phew, okay, that's it, and breathe. Do all the bodily functions. Not all the bodily functions, just breathing actually. That I don't really know what I meant by that. I didn't mean like we or anything, just the relevant ones to warming up. Okay. And finally, we're going to warm up the most important muscle of all. It's the brain. And the glutes. Oh yeah, it's my bum. Hello, 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 and welcome back to another episode here on the Hermitcraft server. With me, Zedaph. Hope you're doing very well today. We are going to have a lot of fun today. I'm going to tell you, it's a good episode, this one. We're going to make something that I think is pretty cool, probably one of my favourite things I've ever made. It's going to be a game. Last episode, we turned into Science Zedaph, and we did some serious science. And do not fear, because Science Zedaph will be back in the future. We've put away the safety specs for now, but they're going to be coming back out again, because that was a lot of fun to science things up. But today we're going to put that science to very good use and make a game. So let's take a quick look at what we managed to science up last time. If you did miss it, go back and watch, because trust me, there was a lot of fun to be had there. But basically, look, we're going to spit this wooden sword out. It's going to go down here. It's going to throw up in the air. Whoop, like that. And haja! I dropped it. No, I didn't. I caught it. Ha! You got to try and catch it in the air. That's going to be the game today that we're going to try and achieve. That's the goal, at least. Anyway, I think I've come up with some pretty cool ideas. I've also scienced it a little bit further along as well, so that we're actually going to get a much bigger throw, thus making the catch even harder, or more skillful, or more sporty. Ooh, you better not go that low when I'm wearing my sports shorts. So yeah, let's head over to the gaming district, and I'll show you a little bit of what I've got in mind of how to make this even better. So we're just setting up over here. There's duck. Whoa, oh, don't duck. The opposite of duck. Jump. Near Speedy Pines, I've picked out a little area here to set up our game, the majority of which is going to be underground, but a little bit of it is going to be poking out of the side of the hill here. And these are our better water streams. Now, what we need to do is add the blue ice, of course. Why didn't I think of that before? So many of you screamed in the comments last episode, blue ice, which was perfect, because I was like, oh yeah, blue ice. That will make the items go even quicker, thus should make them fly even further. So I've got some blue ice. I think I've got all the equipment we're going to need today. We are going to be doing a bit of redstone, but do not worry. I am going to break it down one component at a time. It's going to make a lot more sense, because quite honestly, that is the only way I'm able to do redstone, is if we break it down fully. So I think we're going to be quite happy today. We've got quite a relatively complex feeling game, and it's actually going to be quite simple to make. So stick with me, and we will build it together. But first, the ice must go blue. Alright, so here's the bubbly, lifter-uppery, shooty-uppy thingy, which makes the items go up in the air like that. Oh, come back. Then we have not 1, not 2, not 4, it's 3. I made an extra one. But so we'll just go from here. We don't need this one, but if you put 3 of these on blue ice, I believe you get full maximum speed. So if we chuck an item in here now, and we chase it, it's even quicker than us. Oh no. Oh, did you see? Look how far this went. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sort of 6 entire blocks from this water. It absolutely got flinged, so that is perfect. Obviously, we need to add the little dispensary bit down the end there. You know what? Let's go and add that quickly now, and we'll see how to align this even better, because we don't want it right up against the edge of that block. We want it in the middle. Stairs are exactly how we're going to do that. Not this kind of stair. That kind of stair, the foot-related stair. Now, there's actually a source block in this stair right here. Let's put some glass up there. Let's grab a few more. So if we put 2 upwardsy stairs there, you can see now we're kind of creating this like little bit of a gappy wall bit type thing. So if I slide an item in there now, you can see, look, hey, that went perfectly central. That went perfectly in the middle. Look, it got flung really, really far. So now if I can escape, which I can't. Okay, I'm getting claustrophobic. This is going to be the dispenser, or the dropper rather, that we're going to drop our items out of. Come back here. block. Okay, so we want to put a bucket of water there. Perfect. Now what that's going to do is it's going to flow all the items into this far back corner. So it's going to align it as far back onto this wall as possible. And then down onto those stairs. Now the one underneath, it's a little bit cramped. It's basically going to fall there. Perfectly in that little corner, which will align it in the middle and as far back as possible. Can we quickly try it? Can we quickly test it? If I throw another stair block in like that. Whoom! Look at that go! Look at that fly! Oh, is it a bird? Is it a stone? No, it's a stone. I was right the second time. So that's going to be our little shooterificator area. And I've put a big old wire all the way down the edge here so that we can actually see it on the other end. Did it go? They went in. They went in the hopper. This is perfect. Okay, I'm going to explain the game now, but let's see this get flung once. Let's just see one up here approach us nice and quickly. Is it going to happen? I didn't put anything in the dispenser. And boop, stone. Okay, much better. Okay, let's write this down. This should be quicker. It's not actually that much quicker than walking. Items get it lucky, you know. They can zip and slide and whiz, whereas I'm just all big and clumpy. Okay, right. Okay, so now when we push this, an item should fling down. And the aim of the game is to catch things like that. And I wanted to stop that going in this hopper because look, if we just let it go, it will come down and land perfectly. Boop. How cool is that? In that middle hopper there. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, so the name of the game, we're going to have 3 different coloured hoppers. We're going to have a red, a green, and a blue. We're also going to have red, green, and blue items that are going to be spat out as well. Those items might come out straight. They might come out sideways. They might come out the other sideways. I just don't know. It's going to be randomised. Random which colour comes out. Random which direction they come out to. Okay, so the goal of the game is going to be, say a red item flings out this way and it's going to go into this hopper. This is the blue hopper. I must stop it. No! And I'll jump in and save the day and stop it from going in that hopper. But if a blue item's coming down and it's flinging over there, go crazy. Go. I'm going to stand back over here. Enjoy yourself, blue item. Boom. Blue item, blue hopper. That would be a point. But obviously you can't really tell what's going on. The items are going to be coming out randomly. You might get a red, a green, a blue, a blue, a green, a blue, a blue, a blue, a blue, and then obviously I'll think, hang on a minute, my randomizer's broken, but that could happen. It's all random, and they'll fling out in every direction. As many correct colours in the correct hoppers are the amount of points you will get. That's the basis of the game. I can't wait. We've already done the physics part of it as well. Let's just fling another item down. Now it's just going to be all the brains behind the operation. Hi-ya! I did. I caught it successfully. Phew. Okay. So first up, I want to try and make this thing not spit them out always straight. Let's make it so that it sometimes spits them out to the left and the right as well. And it is the power of pistons that allow us to do such a thing. We go whaja like that, and the water trickles in that direction. And you can see that will give it a little bit of left momentum. Or, of course, the other way round, we do that. It gives the water a rightwards momentum, giving the item a rightwards momentum as well, or of course neither of them, with which the item goes straight. So let's make it go to the left. Let's watch that happen. Spit an item out, and it should now no longer hit me in the middle here. Whoop! It went really far left, and of course the other way round. Item get flinged over there. It's gonna go right over there. Wacha! Beautiful, perfect. We have our 3 separate directions now. Very, very nice. But of course we have 3 different states, right? We have off, like this. We have left, like that. Or we have right, like that. Which meant we needed some kind of 3-state randomizer. Which, believe me, I had no clue what to even do for that. So I did some research, and I managed to discover this. I've already built it. We don't need this. We don't want to control this with our little levery hands. No, 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 no. We need the computer to do this for us. And this little contraption down here is exactly what is going to achieve that for us. We've got a... let's take a look here. Okay, so we've got a little hopper. Little hopper living his life. He's got 5 ender pearls in him, right? That's just his day-to-day... That's how he lives, okay? And that's spitting out a signal strength of 1 currently. This is all about signal strength, this thing, right? So, little next-door neighbor Dropper here has got 3 different items in, and they're all different signal strengths, okay? This is just, obviously, a 64 stackable item, so it's teeny, teeny, tiny. It's kind of 1/64th of an item, if you will. We have an ender pearl, which stacks to 16, so it's kind of like 4 64ths of an item. And then we have a wooden sword, which isn't sharing with anybody, and that takes up an entire 64 64ths of an item. It's a whole one, so 3 different signal strengths. These are going to kick out when we put them into this hopper. So if we put the dust in, it's teeny tiny, no change, still a signal strength of 1, nothing happens. It's as if nothing's even in there. Perfect. If we put the ender pearl in, however, boom. Ooh, things are happening. Okay, so this kicks out a signal strength of 1, 2 before it gives up, which is very, very cool. We'll get onto this little redstone bit in a moment. If we take that out and put the big sword in, boom. Now we get a signal strength of 1, 2, 3, 4. So we had a signal strength of 1, 2, and 4 from those different items, which is perfect because, as we all know, droppers will randomly choose an item from their inventory. So there is a 1 in 3 chance of each of these getting chosen. This little one here does nothing. This one does this side, and the sword, well, the sword will do this side. And we pull the different signal strengths out of this wire. Let's put in the ender pearl again. Boom. So this little decoder here will do the ender pearl, right? Because we'll see that. Yeah. Okay. So signal strength 1, signal strength 2, no signal strength 3. Which means the redstone can go down through here and up the torch trail to there, but it's not getting stopped. If this redstone dust was lit up, this would also be powered, which would then change it and invert it, okay? So basically this allows only a signal strength of 2 to slither on through, and if we was to put the sword in instead, like so, you'll see, look, now that's lit up. The top bit's lit up, which means it can no longer pass all the way through, so the pistons have remained up. Whereas this side over here, however, you can see that this bit, it gets through the bottom area, but the top area isn't on, which means it isn't re-locking itself. Very, very clever stuff. This is called a decoder, I think a signal strength decoder. So we've just got 2 on here, and obviously because this is offset a little bit here, then we obviously get different signal strengths there. Different signal strength over there from these different items. So perfect. We have 3 chances, 1 in 3 chance of getting either neither of them on, one of them on, or the other one of them on. Perfect, perfect, perfect. That's great. So now we're going to have to connect that up to kind of like a central clock. So every time the clock ticks, it's going to put one of these, where's the other one? One of these 3 items are going to go into the hopper. Then when the click happens again, it's going to change that item for another one. But we want to try and keep the 5 ender pearls in there. They're very important for making the balances right. If we didn't have them, the signals wouldn't come out properly. So these 5 need to stay. Don't you judge me. We've all done it, all right? It's annoying. Making noises. Okay, little miniature hopper clock thing. There's just going to be an item we're going to put in there, and it's going to go round and round. Every time it visits this hopper here, it's going to output a signal. It's going to split off in 2 ways, do a couple of things. This little torch here is forcing these items to stay in this hopper, but these are obviously facing into each other with the other items right here. Bit of delay and everything. You'll see it in action a lot better. Let's put an item in. Oh, there's also a 1-tick pulsar thing there as well, just to make sure everything's... the pulse from here only lasts 1 tiny bit long. Let's see. So it's picked the sword. Now it's picked the ender pearl. Now it's picked the sword again. And the dust. And the dust. And the dust. And the... Oh, I thought it was going to be the dust again. I was going to say, it's broken already. So no, it's picking one randomly. 1 in 3 chance. The decoder's decoding and doing all decodery things. Like so. We can come up here. And as you can see... It's randomly doing things. It has a brain of it. Why is it stopped? It hasn't. It's got a brain of its own. It's my little child. I'm so proud. I'm a proud little daddy. That's just step 1. Okay. Now we need to work on actually trying to get the dropper to spit items out at the correct rate so that this thing isn't mid-change just as an item gets here. You know, we want an item to be like an item. 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 Item like that. We want it to be just at the right time. So let's hook up. We can use the same clock just to try and hopefully make sure everything's timed up. this needs to connect to the dropper at the end of the ice stream just to spit an item out. Nice and simple. Alright, that's now connected up all the way down to blah here. It just picks it up like the dispenser. When that gets powered from this block, it also gets sent up to the dispenser that way. Let's turn the clock on like so. Let's run up. And hopefully that should be good timing for items. Ha! Fling! Fling! Oh, it's beautiful! Oh, it's so gorgeous! Oh, and you never know where they're going to come from either. Oh, goodness. Obviously, we're not going to have glass here. We're going to have a little bit more of a barrier, so you can't really see the item coming or see which way the item's going. But oh my goodness, look. It's working, and they're getting caught in everywhere. It's so magical. Is it just me? Is this just pleasing to me, or is this oddly satisfying to you lot as well? Let me know in the comments. I don't know. I find this very, very appealing. So obviously, we can just change the stone that's currently in that dispenser to 3 different coloured items, and it's already a dispenser, so it's already going to randomly choose which one to go through. The main thing we've got left to do now is to detect what is going in these hoppers, right? Whether it's the right colour or the wrong colour. So we're going to have to put some sorting systems down below, get that check in, whether it's the correct one. You know, this one only accepts blue. If it's not one, that is wrong, or something like that. We're going to have to work out a way to count the score that you get. And I'm just talking now because I'm enjoying watching this thing go. Alright, enough of the satisfaction. It's time to do work. We've got to make this thing go, and then we can enjoy it all we want when it's complete in our sweaty glory, jumping around like crazy. So what I've gone and done is I've connected all 3 of these hoppers up together. And I've added little filter systems to each one. So just before it goes into the main branch here, it each gets filtered out. This one is the blue wall hopper. So, you know, if we put a blue wall in here, this hopper here will filter it out before it goes into the main system. So that's what we want. That's what we've done for each one. This one filters out green because that is correct. This one filters out red because that one's correct. So, yeah, that all goes down there. The correct ones go down. Just a normal little item filter there. The incorrect ones go across. They all merge together into this dropper, so all of the incorrect ones go in here. But for instance, the blue one gets taken out, and that also comes along this line and goes into here as well. So whether they're right or wrong, they end up in this dropper. The reason they're in a dropper, of course, is because when the game's all complete and done, we somehow need to get these items back over to the beginning of the ice trail to reset it, ready for the next person. Because, you know, yes, I may be wearing sports stuff, but I'm a bit lazy, and I don't want to have to do that manually. We want the game to do it for us. You can see I've added some note blocks around as well. The filter systems here output a little pulse of redstone every time a correct one goes through. So we've basically just connected these bits up to these 2 note blocks. So whenever a correct one happens, we get a little note of happiness. And finally, anything incorrect goes all the way through this hopper, which outputs a little pulse to a sad, sandy bloop noise for you failed. You did it wrong. So we can give that a quick test. This is the red hopper, correct? Ding! It is correct, but if we throw a green or a blue, we get bad sand noise, and it's the same. So, you know, red is incorrect. And, oh, that was delayed. Blue is incorrect as well. Oh, dear. But green, yeah, green's happy. Okay, and the same for over here. Red, no. Green, no. Hello. That took some time. Blue, yes. Luckily, the correct points are a lot quicker. We might get rid of this, because it does add a bit of a delay. And when you're playing and stuff, you don't want to be hearing these really delayed negative noises. It might panic you a little bit, so we might get rid of that noise. But we definitely need to detect whether we have won. Oh, no, that's lost. Or won using redstone, so that we can send a pulse for each into a system like this. So there's a dropper and a dropper facing each other. They are smooching right now. Big time. Get a room, you two. And whenever we get a point, we can send a pulse to this dropper, and it'll put 1 point. Hey, look, we got a point. And whenever we lose a point by one going in the incorrect hopper, boop, this one gets triggered, which spits any points that are in here back into this one. And this is pretty good. You could be like, yeah, got a point, got a point, got a point. Oh, lost a point, got another point. Oh, lost a point. Oh, no, I lost a point again. And then you can just look in here and see you got a score of 1. I think that's how we're going to do the final scoring system. But that's pretty cool. I think now we need to add a system to the game where basically like it starts the game or stops the game. And that's how we'll know whether we need to empty that dropper back into the system or start the clock. Things like that. We need kind of like an on and off switch, basically. So now a little teeny lever to start and stop the game has been replaced with a ginormous big piston-y lever. Oh yes, this is pretty much the same thing. Right now it is stopping the clock so the game isn't running. But if we trigger this little piston here, it's going to push the block over and then the clock will be free to go. And then obviously whenever we power this piston, it will again stop the game. So whether it's here, the game is stopped. If the redstone block is here, the game is going. And we've just connected this up with a wire all the way over to a little button just up here. So technically now I can press this and the game should begin. Yeah, look, this is randomly changing directions. There's items. Oh, there's items flying out. Oh, no, they're all wrong because they're all sewn and none of them are made of colourful. Okay, catch everything. Okay, I'm just going to stand. Oh, no, you can't stand still. You got to keep going. Okay, we're going to start getting negative points now because I'm just letting them all go in. Hear that sound block cry. Oh, dear. Okay, but we do need to block this up a little bit as well. You can see the items coming from far too far away. So I think we're not going to use these blocks for now. Going to get rid of this glass, for one. That was showing a bit too much. And I think we can put slabs along here as well without it affecting the items. Beautiful. That's looking pretty good. Okay, nice. And if we made it a little darker in that tunnel down there, I don't think you'd be able to see what colour wall is coming at all. So it's a bit more of a surprise when they pop over the wall of what they're going to be. And in your head, you need to go... Oh, look at me, muscle man, carrying big, heavy rocks around. Is it blue? Is it going in the right direction? Oh, it's green. Oh, great. Where does green go? And then it's going to be like this memory, crazy panic. It's going to be so good. I can't wait. It's going to be so much fun. I've also put these walls here as well, just so that you can kind of get an idea of what's going on. But there was a little bit of an issue here at this point in the development where I was thinking, you're catching blocks, right? And that means your inventory is going to be filling up, and that means you're going to have loads of wool all in your inventory and stuff, right? If you're actually playing the game properly. So what I was thinking of is if we make a little, like, return trough here, where whenever you get your wool blocks, you can just be like, pleh, pleh, spit them back out. They can get put back into the system, which will allow us to have a pretty interesting game mechanic where you're not being timed or anything like that. There's no timer ticking away, but you do have a limited amount of wool blocks, okay? So the ones that you catch can go back into the system by being thrown in here, and they go immediately back into that dispenser over there. But the ones, either whether they're right or wrong, whatever, whenever they go into these, they don't immediately get returned, right? So they just sit and wait in this dropper down here, just like this, waiting for the game to be over. So you're going to get less and less blocks to be able to play with, okay? And then eventually, can I make it? Oh, I can't make it. I think, hang on, this is starting to get a bit maze-like. I think I can go around here. I can go, no, not that way, up here like this. As soon as, I think it already has, as soon as this little dropper here runs out of wall blocks, very, very cool, okay? Then we can do some magic, detect that, stop the game. Just like this. Oh, this is so close to being fully functional now. Okay, so we've got a comparator here reading the contents of this dropper. It's currently empty, which means game over. You've run out of wall blocks. So that is leaving this torch on. New little wiring goes down here to the piston, and you can see, look, it's forcefully going, no, you cannot start a game right now. Lock the clock, stop everything, because this is here. There is nothing in the dropper up there, so that is perfect. We've also added some hoppers down here, which is what you're going to use to throw your items back in again. It's starting to get really, really confusing to run around here. Okay, so down here, this is where those 3 dropper hopper thingies come down. We've added another little sorter, which we need to put some fillers in here just to bring out the red, the green, and the blue again, because, you know, people might be playing up there and they might accidentally drop their sword in or something like that. We don't want that going back into the system. Everything that isn't a wool block will just go into this chest here, and it will be safe. It will be safe. It won't be part of the game. But anything else, however, will end up in this dropper here. Now, if we connect this up like that, this is just a little dropper that whenever it receives an item, it's just going to it's just going to kick them out. Look at that. All these glass blocks are just coming out until that dropper is empty. It's spitting them, it's spitting them, it's spitting them, and then it ends. Wonderful. So they're going to be as quickly as possible going back into the system down this ice stream, straight up this little elevator here into the original dropper right at the top that spits them out. So, you know, you might throw some wool blocks back in to the hopper tray here, but they haven't reached the dropper at the end of the ice in time, and too bad. Game over, I'm afraid. That's going to be how that's played. So this is so close to being done. We've got to add the score bit in. What else have we got to do? We've got to add some kind of meter so that we know how empty that dropper is, right? We don't want to just be playing around blind. We want to know, are we close to it running out? Are we really full of wool still? You know, how much have we got left to go? And then also, yeah, I think that's it. Obviously decoration, because this looks ugly at the moment, but that might even come to another day. I'm not sure what to kind of theme this game, you know. It's kind of quite colourful-ish with the 3 different colours, but I might need to ask you guys to help me come up with a name and a design and everything for the inside. But we'll definitely get it functional. Let me do the last little bits, and then we can see it in action and probably see the millions of mistakes that I must have made. Whew, okay, I believe we are ready for the very first playtest. So grab your notepads to write down all the things that are wrong with it and that need improving. I'm holding a torch. It's like an Olympic torch that I'm holding. That's very fitting. Whew, okay, right, there's a few bits we got to do first. First up, I'm going to add some doors along the edge here like this, so that we cannot accidentally throw something in one of these hoppers, but I do believe the items can still make it over when they're flung from the hole over here, so that's that. We also need to, I've attached this, by the way, to the dropper over there, or a similar dropper that's got ender pearls in. So if we throw all of these wall blocks, that's how many we're playing with, by the way, 14 times 3, we should start seeing this filling up as the dropper over there is filling up with wall blocks. Okay, so it's filling up nicely as we're getting all our coloured blocks in there. I think we're about ready to go. Okay. Oh, it didn't go right to the very top. Okay, that's fine. I can look into that. Right, are we ready to try and catch as many blocks as we can? So we want the blues to go in there, the greens to go in there, and the reds to go in there. We want to catch the rest, throw them back in there, and hopefully recycle them enough times to be able to get enough points. We also have our points scoring round here. This is points 1, none, and points ready to win. I think 42 is the maximum because that's how many wall blocks exist. Without further ado, here goes. 3, 2, 1, begin. Okay. Okay, it's going to start happening. Red, green, blue. Oh, catch the red. Okay, catch the red again. Okay, perfect. Green, no, not the green that way. All the blue that way. Okay, no, red, no, none of them are going in the right holes. Okay, red, leave that one. Blue, okay. Blue, leave that one. Oh no, green, get that. Okay, and red, leave it. Grab. Okay, I'm getting into more of a rhythm now. Blue, no. Green, no. Oh my goodness. Oh, I need to start throwing them back in the hole. Oh, I let so many of them lose. Oh no. Catch that. Green, blue, no. Red, green, blue. Blue is correct. I caught it. Oh no. Green, catch. Red, let it through. They are getting across, right? Yeah, look, they're landing on the top. Oh, that's so close. They just land on the tops of the doors and then go through. Oh my word. Okay, let's just let this game finish. That was a terrible, terrible first one. That was so difficult. That was so tough. Okay, boom. Like so. Okay, let's go check on our points. There we go. Oh, hey! Something's really going wrong. I think we only got 2 points. Yeah, that sounds about right. Obviously, we gain a point for every correct one, but we also got a lot through that were wrong. Oh my goodness. Let's put these back in here. Okay, well, I have got a massive list of things to change and improve on this now, because look, clearly this isn't right either. That's meant to be full of blocks again. Maybe it'll work. I don't know. I'll have a little look behind the scenes. But other than that, let me know your thoughts. Let me know how you want to design this minigame. What should we call it? What's going to be the overall theme? they're all the bits I'm missing. Between now and next episode, I'm going to get that all sorted. And next episode, we will do the grand opening, and maybe we'll have a couple of hermits over to give it a try, and we can see how they fare in this crazy game that I like to call... I don't know, I was hoping a name would pop into my head. But that is all I've got time today for, unfortunately. Thank you so very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope this game inspired you as well. Massive thank you, as always, to my wonderful, wonderful patrons whose names are all over the screen right now. Thank you all so much for being a wonderful part of the Zedcraft community. We all have a lot of fun over there. If you're not part of it, do go check out the Patreon if you want to help support me and the channel and maybe get a few little extra bonus rewards along the way too. Do go check out the link in the description. But for now, I will see you in the next episode. A bye.